Today, I'm going to show you why fasting can actually raise your blood sugar levels, even though you haven't eaten anything. And more importantly, how to fix it so you can finally start waking up with normal fasting blood sugar levels. If you've ever checked your blood sugar after skipping breakfast or after doing intermittent fasting and thought, why is my blood sugar high? I didn't even eat anything. Then stay with me, because this is one of the most misunderstood parts of reversing insulin resistance, the root cause behind your high blood sugar levels. Let's break it down in a simple, science-backed way. When I ask people, what should happen to your blood sugar when you don't eat? Almost everybody says, well, it should go down. And yes, in an insulin-sensitive body, that's usually true. But with insulin resistance, metabolic dysfunction, or type 2 diabetes, that's a different story. Your blood sugar can actually go up while fasting. And there's a very specific reason for this. Your counter-regulatory hormones. Let me explain. Even when you're fasting, your body still needs energy in the form of glucose. Your brain needs glucose. Your organs still need this fuel. Your muscles still need to function. So if you're not eating, where is glucose coming from? Well, your body makes it. You have two major glucose sources while you're fasting. Number one, liver glycogen. This is your quick release tank. Your liver stores between 80 to 100 grams and drip feeds it to your bloodstream when you need it. And number two, through a process known as gluconeogenesis. When glycogen runs low, your body literally builds new glucose from ingredients that are already inside of your body. Things like lactate, glycerol, and certain amino acids. This is how your blood sugar stays stable even if you have not eaten anything for 12, 16, or 24 hours. It's not magic, it's metabolic design. So far, this is normal. But here's where things can change for people living with insulin resistance. When you fast, especially overnight, like most of us that are not eating while sleeping, your insulin levels drop. And when insulin drops, other hormones start to rise up to compensate. These are called your counter-regulatory hormones because they work against insulin. Cortisol, adrenaline, also known as epinephrine, norepinephrine, glucagon, and growth hormone. Their job is quite simple. They tell the liver to release glucose. This is a survival mechanism. If these hormones didn't exist, your blood sugar would crash while you slept. So this process is completely normal. But in people with insulin resistance, these hormones overreact. So in an insulin-sensitive person, in a person that responds to the signals of insulin, insulin tells the liver, hey, there is enough glucose in the bloodstream, you can stop pumping glucose. The liver listens, glucose production slows down, and blood sugar stays stable. But in insulin resistance, when your cells are not responding to the signals of insulin, your liver quite literally becomes deaf to whatever insulin is telling it to do. Insulin says, stop, there's enough glucose in the bloodstream, but the liver keeps pumping glucose like a broken faucet. This is the reason why fasting for long periods of time can actually raise your blood sugar levels. Simply put, your liver is overproducing glucose. This is also why many people wake up with their highest blood sugar levels of the day. It's not carbs, it's not food, it's not eating late. It's excess liver fat and insulin resistance. In fact, researchers at Yale University used MRI spectroscopy and found that when liver fat goes up, the liver becomes insulin resistant and it starts to overproduce glucose. Exactly what we see in people who wake up with high fasting blood sugar numbers. Now, let's talk about the early morning spike, also known as the dawn phenomenon. Around the hours of 3 to 6 a.m., your body releases some hormones: cortisol, adrenaline, glucagon, and growth hormone. This is part of your circadian rhythm. Your body is simply preparing to wake up. And these hormones do what they always do. They tell the liver to start pumping glucose into the bloodstream. In people with insulin resistance, big spike. This is the reason why you can go to sleep with a blood sugar of 105 and wake up with 140. Well, as I said, fasting does not stop your liver from making sugar. It actually triggers that sugar release. And when the liver is insulin resistant, it releases way more sugar than your body actually needs. This is exactly what Professor Roy Taylor and his team found in a recent study. When liver fat drops, fasting blood sugar normalizes because the liver stops over-releasing sugar. So now you know that if you woke up with high blood sugar levels or they stayed high while you were fasting, it's because of these reasons. You have excess liver fat, the liver is insulin resistant, the liver is overproducing glucose, your morning hormones are amplifying the effect, and 5, you are in a fasted state, low insulin, high glucose release. This is not your fault, this is normal physiology, and there's a few things that you can do to fix it. But most people try to fix high fasting blood sugar with the incorrect methods, such as cutting carbs, skipping meals, fasting for even longer, eating zero breakfast, or going keto. But here's the truth. You cannot starve your way out of insulin resistance. Fasting can absolutely help, especially as the liver fat comes down. But if liver fat and insulin resistance are still high, fasting usually makes the glucose dump more obvious. That doesn't mean that fasting is bad. It just means that we have to fix the actual problem: excess liver fat and poor insulin sensitivity. I did a full video breaking this down step by step. You can go ahead and watch it right here. But let me give you the quick version right now so you can start today. Fix number 1, the calorie density reset. This can help you clean liver fat with food. First, you have to change the environment that your liver is living in. I call this the calorie density reset or strategic undereating. No detox teas or starving yourself. Just high volume, high fiber, low calorie density foods. So your liver finally gets the chance to burn that fat instead of storing it. When you load your plate with foods that are high in volume, high in fiber, but low in calorie density, such as leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables, beans and lentils, oats, quinoa, and intact whole grains, fruit instead of fruit juices, then you naturally eat fewer calories without calorie counting because the water and fiber fill you up before you can overeat. This creates a gentle calorie gap that forces your body and your liver to tap into fat for energy. Less liver fat means a better liver insulin response, which means that there's going to be less glucose production overnight, and finally, lower fasting numbers. If you need help understanding what this actually looks in a plate, we created free meal plans that follow this exact high fiber, low calorie density approach. Just go ahead and comment guide below this video and I'll send it to you for free. Fix number 2, the sugar sponge workout. You're gonna do this so your muscles help your liver. When you move, when you activate your muscle fibers, your muscles quite literally become glucose sponges. They pull sugar out of the bloodstream without needing insulin. The mechanism is known as contraction-mediated glucose uptake. This mechanism works even if you are insulin resistant, as long as you move and are not sedentary. There's a video I made that you can watch about the best exercise routine that you can do to lower your blood sugar numbers. Go ahead and watch it. Also, you must know that when you combine post-meal walking plus resistance training, something amazing happens. Number 1, your muscles clear more glucose after meals, dropping your post-meal blood sugar elevation. And 2, your liver actually dumps less glucose while you're fasting. So quite literally, your post-meal and your fasting blood sugar numbers improve because your liver and your muscles start working as a team. I also created a free exercise routine for you to follow. Go ahead and find it in the links below this video. And fix number 3, the most important one and the easiest one. Now, berberine is an all-in-one solution because it helps your muscles and your liver become more insulin sensitive. What the research shows is that taking 1,200 milligrams in 2 doses of 600 milligrams each can activate your body's AMPK pathway. This is known as your body's metabolic master switch. And when it's activated, it encourages your liver to burn more liver fat. Also, when AMPK is activated, it encourages your muscles to suck up more glucose from the bloodstream and bring it into the muscle cell in order to be used for energy. This helps you reduce fasting blood sugar levels and post-meal blood sugar elevations. Not only that, but berberine has also been shown to improve triglycerides and LDL cholesterol, also known as the bad cholesterol. That's why in our community, we recommend 600 milligrams of berberine taken with breakfast and 600 milligrams of berberine taken with dinner. This is not medical advice. You always have to talk to your doctor, especially if you're already taking medications. The reason is because you might need less medication if you're taking berberine as a supplement. If you want to try the exact berberine that we use, it's called Jade Supplements Pure Berberine. Each capsule contains 600 milligrams. So you would have to take one in the morning and one in the evening. That way, you will get the 1,200 milligrams that published research has shown to have beneficial effects on blood sugar control. Now, as your insulin sensitivity improves and your liver fat decreases and your metabolic flexibility returns, fasting starts working the way that it's designed to. Your body stops overdumping glucose. Your liver finally listens to insulin, and fasting now lowers your blood sugar instead of raising it. So now you understand why fasting can actually raise your blood sugar levels and how to fix it by reducing liver fat and improving insulin sensitivity. If you want more help lowering your fasting blood sugar levels naturally, comment guide below this video. I'll send you a free guide that also contains 3 different meal plans to choose from that improve insulin sensitivity and reverse insulin resistance. If you found this helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and leave me a comment below this video. I read all of your comments. See you in the next video, and take care.